Have you ever been the kind of person who has a bad day and feels the need to post about it? Whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, wherever the platform may be. Because that was definitely me for a long time. Whenever I had a bad day or whenever I started to feel sorry for myself, I felt like the only way to communicate these feelings was to get on Instagram or get on TikTok and kind of talk about, oh, well, I'm feeling like this. Or I remember back when I was on Twitter, I would post things like subliminal like messages about whatever it was that I was going through. But the more that time went on, the more that I started to realize that, wait a second, the only person going to my pity party is me. I can sit here and I can post about, oh, well, I'm in my feelings because this exam that I took didn't go the way I wanted, or, you know, this girl didn't respond to me, blah, 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 whatever. And it took me a really long time to kind of understand that, but also internalize it in a way that wasn't self destructive. Because when we tell ourselves that other people don't care about our excuses, it can be hurtful at first. We can think, oh, well, why don't people care? Well, I would care if it was someone else's problem. But when you flip the way that you think about it into, okay, well, wait a minute. If I'm posting about me being upset that I didn't do so hot on an exam, to the average person, everyone's got their own issues that they're trying to work through. And people may not have the time or the energy to sit here and go, oh, well, this poor person, his exam didn't go the way he wanted to. And let me kind of reach out to him and all of these things, because everyone's got their own thing. Everyone's got their own thing going on. And so I just realized that by me posting these things on Twitter, on whatever site, it didn't do me any good at all. And it's not like by posting those messages, I didn't feel any better. It's not like, oh, I instantly posted that and just all the sadness was gone. If anything, it's like you kind of post that and your feelings just stay the same. Or if anything, you might start to feel a little worse because now you're like, okay, well, I posted this thing in a moment where I felt the need to, but now enough time has gone on to the point where I wish I didn't post it. And now that I posted it, it's out there for everyone to see. And if I delete it, people are going to know that, oh, he just deleted this post. And is this like what he does? Is post things, then delete them shortly afterwards. So that was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn is, okay, well, if I had a bad day, if I had an exam that went or didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, that just means that I need to take some time for me. I need to figure that out, whether that's just on my own or whether that means I need to talk to somebody and figure out what I can do to improve next time. But both of those solutions don't involve posting on social media that this one thing happened. And at the same time, there can be something about posting bad news out there to the world, because when it comes to posting bad news, I think it's also important, if that's your thing, it's also important to post good things, because constantly posting about the bad and the bad things that have happened to you or about the world, it's almost like you're putting a lot of negative energy out there into the world, which just means you're essentially setting yourself up to not only think negatively all the time, but you're setting yourself up for negative things to keep happening, even if you truly don't intend for that to happen. And so that's why for me, I started to just get to that point of like, okay, well, I need to get better and more mindful of what exactly I'm putting out there and how exactly I'm representing myself on social media. Because at the end of the day, social media is representation of yourself. And for some people, I get it. Some people who are, let's say, influencers and things like that, it does add a human element to them to share, like, hey guys, I had a bad day because this thing happened. This thing happened that, I didn't expect, and it made me feel like this. In certain cases, I understand because someone could see that and go, oh, wow, this person is human. And they don't just post about, oh, I feel great today. I'm on vacation. I got a good workout in, and all of these things. For the average person, seeing those good and bad days does help them feel human. I just think that for me, the reason I stopped posting such negative messages like that is, for me, I don't post much on social media to begin with. So the last thing I wanted to do is, okay, well, I posted once in the last 3 months, and the last time I posted was something super sad. And so now people are sitting here wondering, like, okay, well, is he still sad? Is he still in a rough spot? Or have things gotten better? And so for influencers, they might have a vlog or a post one week that's like, okay, well, this happened and this really sucked. But then the next week or a few days later, there's another vlog. It's like, oh, well, this thing happened that was kind of unfortunate, but I worked through it by doing X, Y, and Z. Or, things are looking up now because of X, Y, and Z. And things like that, people who post often like that, I understand. But I just think for most people who don't post that much, I try to refrain from posting anything that's super negative or posting anything that is just something that I posted while I was not in such a good headspace, because ultimately emotions in general are temporary. Pain comes and goes. Um, but being mindful of what you post, because ultimately sometimes people might get in some kind of headspace and post a story on Instagram or TikTok, and they might not understand that if they were mad at someone and posted something about them, someone could go on there and screenshot it. And just like that, even if they delete the story 5 minutes later, that person has this screenshot on their phone for as long as they want. And so now you put yourself in a position where you might get in trouble at work or in trouble at school just because you posted a story that reflected your feelings towards a person in a moment in time. And when it comes to things like that, it's like, well, you can't allow short term feelings to have potential long term repercussions. And so, yeah, you guys, I wanted to post this video because I've really just been thinking a lot about self pity and this idea of just the way that we can feel sorry for ourselves. And I wanted to post this in hopes that hopefully it relates to somebody. Hopefully, someone can hear these words and kind of benefit from them. Because my goal is, even if one of these videos, if it just helps one person to see it and kind of be like, okay, well, if Akene made it, I can make it. If he's starting to have these realizations, maybe I can apply these things also. And if, you guys are going through anything, or if you guys want to talk about anything, feel free to drop a comment down below. And if you guys stayed until the end of this video, I appreciate you guys. And feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And I'll talk to all of you guys in the next one.